Good afternoon, everybody. How is all of my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 WWE Raw Recap Episode 7 as we had another episode of Monday Night Raw. This week, we was live from Charlotte, North Carolina. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to... And this week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from Charlotte, North Carolina, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked things off with a recap of everything that had been going on in the storyline between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, getting us all caught up over the last few weeks before Sami Zayn came out to kick off Monday Night Raw. He talked about how his neck is not 100% right now, but he's not worried about getting cleared to compete at Elimination Chamber against Kevin Owens. He said he is going to face Kevin Owens regardless. And then Adam Pearce interrupted Sami Zayn. Adam Pearce said that he said no. Nick Aldis said no. The executive board of directors said no. So Adam Pearce looked Sami Zayn right in the eye, and he said the answer is no. Adam Pearce started to walk up the ramp. Sami Zayn said he's not leaving the ring until he gets his match with Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. Adam Pearce went on to explain that he is trying to protect Sami Zayn from Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn said, "You're going to need to protect Kevin Owens from me," essentially. And Adam Pearce was like, "Fine, you want it, you got it. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber." And he said, "It's not confirmed, it's unsanctioned." And that was the opening segment to Monday Night Raw. Then we went backstage for a Judgment Day promo, and Finn Balor talked about how he was going to take care of business tonight against Seth Rollins. And then we went into our first match of the evening as the phenomenal AJ Styles went one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And as soon as we got in the ring, AJ took control. He was whipping Dominic Mysterio in the corner, hit a beautiful backbreaker, and Dominic Mysterio finally started to show some life in this match after reversing a suplex, but AJ Styles quickly shut that down and took control before Carlito tried to get involved, which he did, sent AJ to the outside, which set up Dominic Mysterio to hit a suicide dive that led us to the commercial break. And when we returned from the commercial break, Dominic Mysterio was in control for a split-second blink, if you'll miss it, before AJ Styles started to fight out. Dominic was able to hit a beautiful springboard senton for a one kick-out. Then AJ Styles ran into one amigo, ran into two amigos, but blocked the third amigo. No, but it didn't matter because Dominic quickly was able to get control middle of the match and hit a 619. He went to the top rope for a frog splash, which missed, and both men at that point were down in the match. AJ Styles, once both men were back on their feet, were hitting punches in bunches, and he hit a nice knee to the back of Dominic's neck. And again, Carlito would interfere. AJ would hit a forearm on Carlito before Dominic attempted to roll up AJ for a 1-2 kick out. And then AJ Styles was able to finish things up moments later, hitting a beautiful Styles clash on Dominic Mysterio after a bunch of back and forth reversals. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles defeated Dominic Mysterio via pinfall before Braun Breaker was shown behind AJ Styles. AJ Styles turned around. Braun Breaker attempted to spear AJ Styles, ended up spearing Dominic Mysterio, and AJ, the smart wherewithal to be able to send Braun Breaker out of the ring to get control of the ring and stand tall, which really frustrated Braun Breaker. But Raw was not playing around this week. After that, we quickly went to a promo between Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai backstage, talking about who's going to qualify for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, as they're going to have a number one contenders match, which we led right into following their backstage promo. Ivy Nile was taking on Dakota Kai, Women's Intercontinental Championship number one contender match. Lyra Valkyria was at ringside to scout the competition and see who she was going to be facing in her first title defense. And it was ground and pound early. Dakota was sent out of the ring, and Ivy Nile was quick to target Dakota's leg. Ivy had Dakota all tied up early in this match in the corner and hit a beautiful drop kick to Dakota Kai's knee, which was tied up in the corner and for a 1-2 kick out. But Dakota Kai was able to rally back with some high-flying offense, and she was able to hit a big kick not once but twice. Immediately went for and connected with a sunset flip for a 1-2 kick out. Then a few moments later, both women were at the top rope before Ivy Nile slipped out, hit a power bomb. But Ivy went for the pin. Dakota reversed it into a roll up of her own for a 1-2 kick out. And then Ivy locked in the ankle lock again, targeting the leg of Dakota Kai. Dakota, though, was able to get to the ropes to avoid tapping out. But then Dakota, when they got back up, she hit the kickback. Then they were in a slugfest. It was punch for punch between these two before it ended up being a 1-2 kick out. Ivy Nile was able to hit a suplex, which Dakota then rolled up for a 1-2 kick out. And then there was another 1-2 kick out immediately after that. Ivy locked in the ankle lock for the second time in this match. Dakota Kai was able to get out and reverse that. She hit a nice stomp and a beautiful GTK. 1, 2, 3. Dakota Kai defeated Ivy Nile via pinfall, and Dakota Kai has earned the opportunity to face Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at a future date. Hope it's at the Chamber. But that's how we wrapped up hour one of Monday Night Raw. In the second hour of Monday Night Raw, which was live from Charlotte, North Carolina, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, kicked off with Gunther hanging out with the WWE Universe, walked down to the ring like he was Jey Uso, talked about how the WWE Universe couldn't comprehend it. He ended up saying, you guys watching me wrestle is like reading Shakespeare to a dog. Beautiful promo work this week from Gunther, before he was interrupted by Jey Uso, and Jey Uso really didn't have much to say. He just came down and started fighting. and Jey Uso ended up standing tall in this week's storyline with Gunther. Before we went to a Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez promo, where Liv Morgan said, yeah, we was there. But that doesn't mean that we was the one that jumped Jay Cargill in the back, which I do 100% believe it was not Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I think it was either Bianca Belair or Naomi. And until we figure out who attacked Jay Cargill, that's who I think did it. Point blank, period. And then we went into our next match of the evening, which was Penta versus Pete Dunne. And we started out hot out the box in this match. Both men were hitting slaps on each other back and forth. Very fast-paced match to start. And Penta was able to hit a early Hurricanrana, followed by a kick. But Pete Dunne was able to get control after he hit his own signature drop kick. And then we saw the submission of Pete Dunne. We saw how tactical he could be as he bent Penta's arm back and started to break Penta's fingers. And Pete Dunne had complete control at that point. Also was targeting Penta's leg. But Penta was able to get the offense back rolling after he hit a beautiful backbreaker on Pete Dunne. But Pete Dunne, the crafty grappling man that he is, was able to seize control again and once again bent the arm of Penta back before splitting his fingers in different directions. And then both men spilled out of the ring, which is when Ludwig Kaiser arrived. And when Ludwig Kaiser arrived, we went to commercial break. When we returned from commercial break, though, Pete Dunne was in control. Before Penta was able to get his high-flying offense back going, and Penta hit a beautiful driver. It wasn't a Penta driver, I want to make that clear. This was just a regular driver for a 1-2 kick out. Pete Dunne then reversed a kick into a sit-up power bomb, which looked really awesome for a 1-2 kick out. Then both men were down, but when both men got back up, it turned into an old-fashioned slap fest. Pete Dunne was able to hit a beautiful suplex. Penta was able to immediately come back with a kick. Pete Dunne was able to immediately come back with a kick of his own before Penta hit an amazing Mexican destroyer. Kaiser did distract Penta in this match, which led to a roll-up or a 1-2 kick out. Then Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser were exchanging words, which is when Penta was able to get the offense back in his favor. He was able to hit an amazing Penta driver for a 1-2-3 as Penta defeated Pete Dunne via pinfall. After the match, though, Ludwig Kaiser attempted to jump Penta, and then Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne brawled outside of the ring. Penta was able to hit a beautiful suicide dive on both men, got back in the ring, and Penta was standing tall to close out this week for that storyline. And then we had a Jey Uso promo in the back, and I'm telling you, 2025, Jey Uso is spitting some fire. And he straight up said, they didn't expect me to win the Royal Rumble, but I did. They don't expect me to go on and win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. And he said, then I will shock the world once again. Which is where we went into our next match of the evening. It was Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, taking on the Muscle of the Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez. This was the final qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber. Raquel was in control of this match early, and she showed her power against Roxanne Perez. But Roxanne Perez weathered the early storm, and probably about 2 minutes into the match, Roxanne Perez was able to get control. But Raquel caught Roxanne Perez when Roxanne Perez went for a suicide dive and lawn darted her right into the post. And Raquel got Roxanne back in the ring, hit a slam for a 1-2 kick out, and Raquel spinning Roxanne around and around and around and around at this point in the match. But I think Raquel made herself dizzy in the process because she ended up missing a power bomb, which is where Roxanne Perez took control, tried to put the match away quickly with a roll up for a 1-2 kick out, and Raquel ended up catching Roxanne again, and she just threw her to the ground before hitting a springboard elbow for a 1-2 kick out. And then we had about a minute or two later, Raquel Rodriguez had Roxanne Perez in the corner, tried to hit the shoulder to the guts, ended up hitting the post. Roxanne Perez then hit a suicide dive. Roxanne Perez then hit another suicide dive, and then Roxanne Perez hit a nice DDT, which was followed up by a moonsault for a 1-2 kick out. Then Roxanne Perez attempted pop rocks, which did not work, which led to Raquel Rodriguez hitting a big boot, which then led to Bianca Belair and Naomi for no reason just coming out and attacking Liv Morgan, all because they think that these two women are the one responsible for jumping Jade Cargill without any definitive proof. But Liv Morgan played her part so well. Bianca Belair originally came out. Naomi came out from behind the barricade, which is where Roxanne Perez seized the opportunity here, jumped off the middle rope right into a pop rocks on Raquel Rodriguez. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne Perez defeated Raquel Rodriguez via pinfall, and now it is set inside the Elimination Chamber on March 1st. We are going to see Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez, with the winner going to WrestleMania 41 to take on Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. And then Bianca Belair and Naomi attempted to jump Liv Morgan, but was saved by Raquel Rodriguez, who just grabbed Liv Morgan off of Bianca Belair and Naomi's shoulders. Then we had a Seth Rollins promo in the back, and Seth Rollins was talking about how he was going to go beat Finn Balor tonight, talking about how he was going to go win inside the Elimination Chamber and go on and win the World Heavyweight win the WWE Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 41. Before Karrion Kross showed up as Seth Rollins finished his promo, and he had a direct message for one Sami Zayn, who he still believes in, and that is how we wrapped up hour 2 of Monday Night Raw. Hour 3 of Monday Night Raw, which was live from Charlotte, North Carolina, as we was reminded about many times throughout the evening, kicked off with the New Day. And first and foremost, I want to say that the New Day does not suck. The New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. What, 6, 7, 8 tag team title reigns? So what if they're heels? This is the best, in my opinion, the New Day has ever been, especially this week. Xavier Woods, as savage as can be, sat there and said that we should be thankful that he didn't give Rey Mysterio the old Yeller treatment. Kofi Kingston has said, I've been here just as long as Rey Mysterio, and I've actually won titles These two held nothing back on their promo. I absolutely loved it. They did get interrupted by the LWO, who wasn't out here to really cut a promo. They came out here to fight, and fight they did with the New Day as they brawled. And then we had our final men's qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, the main event of the evening. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Judgment Day's Finn Balor, and Finn Balor was not wasting any time at the start of this match. He attacked Seth Rollins before the bell even got underway, trying to get an advantage, and it took about a minute and a half before Seth Rollins was like, ring the bell, and the rep was like, fine, and he rang the bell, and Finn Balor was in control of this match for the first minute or two. Seth Rollins did attempt a pedigree, which was reversed. Then Balor then attempted a pedigree and hit it, and got a 1-2 kick out, and we knew this was personal, but Finn Balor coming out and hitting Seth Rollins with his own finishing move less than 3 minutes into the match was great to see. But then Finn Balor would go to the top rope and attempt coup de grace, which he would miss. Seth Rollins would then hit a beautiful back drop kick, and Finn Balor would take control once again. And this time he would get a little cocky, flaunting with the WWE Universe. But Seth Rollins hit a beautiful boot and followed that up with an amazing suicide dive. Quickly got back into the ring alongside Finn Balor, hit a flying knee. Seth Rollins attempted a stomp, which he missed. Finn Balor countered that into a sling blade, and Rollins ended up hitting his leg, which Finn Balor had no problem targeting, and Seth Rollins then grounded Balor. This really turned into a ground and pound type match at this point. Before Finn Balor was able to hit a beautiful kick on the apron. Seth Rollins, though, slamming Finn Balor knee first onto the announce table before he attempted to hit a stomp on Finn Balor on the steel stairs, which he missed, and was pushed into the pole by Finn Balor, which is what led us to the commercial break. And when we returned from the commercial break, Finn Balor was still in control, hit a roll-up, got a 1-2 kick out, and then both men were really reversing each other until Finn Balor hit a beautiful Pele kick, which let both men down for a few minutes. And when both men got back to their feet, it turned into an old-fashioned chop fest. Seth Rollins was able to hit a beautiful knee for a 1-2 kick out, got a springboard for another 1-2 kick out. Finn Balor then was able to get a nice reversal into a roll-up for a 1-2 kick out. Seth Rollins then had Finn Balor on his shoulders. About a minute later, hit a beautiful buckle bomb into a roll-up for a 1-2 kick out, and both men were down once again. And when both men got back to their feet once again, we had another slugfest. But Seth Rollins was able to lock in a beautiful sharpshooter, which Finn Balor was able to get to the bottom rope for. And then Seth Rollins hit a pedigree, attempting it for the second time for a 1-2 kick out. Then Finn Balor had control of the match, had Seth Rollins down, went to the top rope, hit the coup de grace for a 1-2 kick out. And this audience at that point had their jaw on the floor chanting, "This is awesome." And then Finn Balor put Seth Rollins in a submission, which Seth Rollins was able to quickly reverse into the stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor via pinfall. So now it is confirmed at the Elimination Chamber on March 1st. The men's Elimination Chamber match will be John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins, with the winner going on to face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. at WrestleMania 41. And that's how we concluded this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And that was the 2025 WWE Raw Recap Episode 7, which was live this week from Charlotte, North Carolina, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.